Bolyán Anita, Juan de Bordeaux, History, 13th c. And Analysis, Oberon, Zagreus and Caesarion, Detail. The fairy king is a half Latin and half Greek beautiful man, which is not a surprise, because according to Roman thinking, Caesar was a descendant of Aphrodite or Venus. Although, my generation was taught that the Crusaders brought the knowledge of the Near East to Europe, it was not true. The Greek, fairy and Latin migrants stayed in France and kept their unique civilization in their legends, such as Melusina, i.e. Gaia, or Oberon, i.e. Uranos, in the Jean de Bordeaux chanson from the 13th century. Their creativity and fantasy is amazing. Oberon is the symbol of the Greek-Latin world in the Mediterranean, which could survive even until the reign of Sigismund of Luxembourg, the Hungarian king and emperor of the Holy Roman Empire in the 15th century. It is important to discuss and to analyze this to understand that the ancient civilizations around the Mediterranean Sea could survive. The Greek and Roman settlers stayed in France and Spain, like Melusina or Oberon. The oral tradition is very important to clearly be understood to make it possible to find out which waves of civilizations were the most influential on the development of the so-called Western culture with the Hittite Indo-European language. It is interesting that Cleopatra is mentioned as a fairy kind of queen, which strengthened the idea that the fairy tradition covers the Greek roots of the medieval and modern world with its Phrygian and Thracian Orpheus tradition. The fairy king is a fairy because of his Greek mother, and the magical objects, wine or dance makers, are the main and most distinguished ones of the Orphic tradition with the Zagreus legend, which influenced the history of the fairy king. The medieval Oberon is the continuation of the famous Zagreus and Dionysius legends from the Greek region.